All right, hey, how's it going, folks? So today we're going to be debating on the Obamacare mandate that requires contraceptives to be free, provided free. And I'm going to be leading the debate. My name is Jesse. I'll be the first affirmative. Now, on March 23rd, 2010, President Barack Obama passed one of the most comprehensive health care bill in U.S. history. The Affordable Care Act, or otherwise known as Obamacare, provided a lot of awesome benefits like making health care more available and affordable, and in some instances, even free. However, as we all know, free is not necessarily free. In 2016, Obamacare cost taxpayers approximately $110 billion, and it is expected to be even higher in 2017. While healthcare is necessary, there are mandates like contraception and contraceptive services in the Affordable Care Act that need to be stripped away completely from the law. Now, this is significant because the current law is costing taxpayers billions of dollars by providing unnecessary services like, again, contraception and contraceptive services because of the misclassification of pregnancy as a disease or disorder, which in turn places contraception as preventive care. Now, in his article, The Sex-Friendly Case Against Free Birth Control, Connor Freisdorf states that birth control, whether if it's a pill, a ring, a barrier, whatever the choice is, its primary function is to stop pregnancy. But it's usually, I mean, what needs to happen for you to get pregnant? You have to have sex, right? And sex is a voluntary action. And he states something that usually doesn't occur absent of the voluntary decision to have sex, and it isn't equivalent to a disease because you're actually choosing to partake into that action. It is not a disorder or a disease. Furthermore, Gina Davis, a journalist for the Odyssey newspaper, states that taxpayers should not be forced to pay for contraceptives because choosing to take contraceptives is a personal choice. And I want you to remember that personal choice, that's going to ring a lot throughout the whole debate because choosing to take that is a choice. And so hence it should be the person's responsibility to pay for it. Now, she continues, and I love this quote, and she puts it so eloquently. She argues that just because we are women doesn't mean we deserve handouts, nor do we have the right to promote higher taxes to take care of our health and personal choices. Now, this is inherent because the Affordable Care Act unconstitutionally forces insurances and businesses to offer free contraceptives, in quotations, free. Additionally, it diverts taxpayer money to subsidize the cost of insurances, therefore the contraceptives. In their article, Birth Control Mandate, Unconstitutional and Illegal, Edward Whelan and David Rifkin write that the birth control coverage mandate violates the First Amendment's bar against the free exercise of religion. But it also violates the Religious Freedom Restoration Act that states that interests in religious freedom are protected rights, whether it's an individual person or a company. So then I ask you this, why should people and their tax dollars be forced to pay for something that they morally and fundamentally reject? Jared, right? Let me ask you this, man. How would you feel if I told you that maintaining and trimming my beard is becoming too expensive for me, so now I want you to pay for it, or at least help me cover half of it? How would you feel today?
I wouldn't do it.
Right? Why?
It's not my beard.
Right? Because it's my choice, right, to have the beard, right? So I should be the one covering it. Let me take it a step further. What if I went down to campus police and I told them that you refuse to pay for the maintenance? And so they come over here and they slap you with a warning saying, hey, you gotta pay for it or we're gonna impose a fine on you. How would you feel?
I probably think it's a joke at first.
Right? But I mean, but if it's a serious matter,
I'd be
what would
pissed
you do?
off, yeah.
Yeah, you would be pretty mad, right? And that's exactly what's happening with the mandate with Obamacare. Again, William Edward and David Rifkin state that employers who fail to comply with the birth control mandate will incur an annual penalty of roughly $2,000 per employee, which is clearly a substantial burden because that's from pre-tax dollars. And obviously, we all know that companies pay pretty high tax rate. So again, Connor Freisdorf states in the same article mentioned earlier that mandating participation in an insurance risk pool that covers birth control redistributes resources based partly on lifestyle, choices, values, and conceptions of what is fulfilling. For example, gays and lesbians have no use for birth control unless otherwise used for medicinal reasons, but for the sake of this debate, they don't require it, but are still being mandated to participate in these risk pools to cover the contraceptions for other people, which in turn increases their premium. So here's $1 million question. If they can't afford the premium, then guess who gets to pay for that premium? Your tax dollars. So the solvency at stake here is that the requirement mandated by the Affordable Care Act to provide free contraceptives should be removed and taxpayer money funneled to other more important projects and services. Now let's bring it home. I'm a student, you guys are students, you guys pay your fees, you guys pay the outrageous tuition fees. It almost seems like they charge you for the air that you breathe here because of the money that you pay. The average UC education costs about $29,715 a year. Wouldn't you like for your education to be subsidized and you have to pay less? I mean, yeah, we do get grants, for those that qualify, we get financial aid. But wouldn't it be a lot nicer? I mean, you wouldn't have to be living on ramen noodles, the whole year. Or how about making housing more affordable? In the LA County, the average rent is $2,550, which is up by 2% from last month, from February. Wouldn't it be nicer if, for us students that obviously we don't have careers, so more than likely we're working like minimum wage jobs, paying $2,550 on rent, it's a lot. So wouldn't it be nice for you to funnel those those funds to help with your housing? Or how about creating more jobs? Currently, our unemployment rate is at 4.8%, which equates to about 7.6 million people. Wouldn't it be a good idea to divert those funds to reinforce and rebuild our workforce and get all those people back to work? So the plan of action here is that we need to stop thinking of pregnancy as a disease or a disorder, which in turn places contraceptives as preventive care. We must strip the mandate for free contraceptives from the Affordable Care Act, and for once, spend taxpayer money in more important, productive, and important projects.